So alcohol is extremely interesting because when you consume it right before bed, what you'll notice is that alcohol can actually help you drift into sleep faster. But then if you go look at your Apple Watch sleep data, what you're going to notice is that your sleep is actually significantly worse when you drink alcohol. So how could that be? Well, basically what happens is you can measure something called rapid eye movement, and that's a measure for how deep you are in sleep. And what you'll notice is that alcohol can help you get to sleep faster, but then causes you to sleep worse later in the evening relative to how much you consumed. So what's happening? Well, basically what happens is alcohol is a depressant, and alcohol binds to specific receptors on your brain called GABA. And that's what makes you feel relaxed, carefree, and generally good. The problem is that when your BAC declines, that alcohol is leaving those GABA receptors, and rather than making you feel relaxed, carefree, and generally good, now you start to feel irritable, stressed, and generally bad. So as your BAC is going up, that means alcohol can actually help you get to sleep, but as your BAC declines, it actually kicks you out of sleep, and then it will keep you out of sleep while you're undergoing that GABA rebound. And so what ends up happening is you have essentially a curve that looks like this, where your sleep is very relative to the amount of alcohol you consumed, when you consumed it, and then that's really just sort of measuring those rebound effects. So you might be wondering, okay, well, what can I do? Well, the first thing is as a general principle, start early, end early. The earlier that you sober up before going to bed, the less time that rebound will be kicking you out of sleep. Obviously, most Americans drink later in the evening, which means that they are going to bed with a pretty high blood alcohol concentration, and that means they're going to experience quite a bit of rebound while they're sleeping, which is going to mean they sleep very poorly, and they're going to wake up feeling bad the next day. So the main ingredient within our product right here, called Cheers, is a flavonoid called dihydromycetitin, or DHM for short. And what it will do is actually bind to the same brain receptor that alcohol binds to, and by doing so, will actually buffer that rebound. And so what ends up happening is when you take it after your last drink, it actually is binding to those receptors and buffering that rebound so that you can actually sleep better and end up feeling better the next morning when you wake up. But that's not the only thing this product can do. It can also reduce acetaldehyde levels, which is the toxic byproduct that alcohol converts into in the human body and is one of the main reasons that alcohol is bad for your liver. And when you take it after your last alcoholic beverage or before going to bed, what you'll see is that there is a decline in those acetaldehyde levels, so you end up getting exposed to less overall acetaldehyde, and that also makes you feel better the next day. Obviously, this product won't do anything for dehydration. You still need to rehydrate, but it's important to recognize that dehydration problems lead to dehydration effects, whereas GABA rebound and acetaldehyde problems lead to their specific effects. And so if you rehydrate and use Cheers Restore, you're going to cover all of your bases, so you end up sleeping better and feeling better the next day. So cheers.